Hi, I'm Meg Underwood. I'm the Director of Professional Development Outreach in the Doermer School of Business. Today I'm here to talk to you about the Passport to Success program, what it is, how to track it, and how to complete activities that you need to do for graduation. So let's dive right in. This program has existed for 12 years, and starting this year, 2021, we are now moving forward with an app and developing our program, so we're calling it Passport 2.0. So what is the Passport program? It's nothing, not necessarily have to do with traveling, but you do collect passport stamps and activities, and it's kind of a device to move forward. That's why it's called Passport to Success. So we follow the 3 pillars of the AACSB. That's our accrediting body for Doermer School of Business. We are one of the top 5% of business schools in the world. We follow global, strategic, and innovative. So we are trying to create activities and help you track activities where you can develop those 3 pillars. And we also follow the NACE career competencies that you'll learn more about later. The Passport to Success program is designed to help you explore, develop, and make progress in your personal career plan. Perhaps you chose business as a major because it's general and you know kind of an idea of what you want to do. Or maybe you chose accounting because you know you want to be an accountant, but there's still plenty of choices to make along the way. Do you want to work in a public firm, a private firm, a large firm, a small firm? Do you want to work in the nonprofit world? Do you want to work in for-profit? Do you want to work in Fort Wayne? Do you want to work in Indiana? Do you want to work in Boston? So there's plenty of choices to make, and once you have started exploring those and making those choices, you need to develop skills to be more attractive to employers. Additionally, we believe that when you engage with the university and the community, studies show that you will be more motivated and committed to finishing your degree with us. And we think that just going to class is not enough. We need you to go above and beyond. There's plenty of other business majors graduating the same year as you, and so what's going to make you stick out? And what's going to help you develop your own university life and how to become a lifelong learner. Additionally, we want you to be able to tell an employer or tell yourself or tell grad school about your accomplishments that you made while an undergrad. So we want to guide you through that process of what specifically you did to work on your personal development, professional development, and soft skills. So if I've convinced you that what it is, now how do I do it? Basically, you just complete activities for passport points. So when we advertise programs through the Doermer Dispatch, on Handshake, and the university event calendar, you'll find things that say, this is for passport points, or people will talk about, is this passport worthy? And anything where you're developing yourself, you're learning the NACE career competencies, you're making progress towards career development, is probably for passport points. The best thing about it is it's your choice. You get to choose what activities you do. We plan plenty, hundreds of events a year for you to do on your own or with us, or you can do activities on your own time, and you could never even have to come to campus, especially for our online learners. That's good for you. And there's 2 checkpoints in the program. There's the first checkpoint is your sophomore year in class called Biz 2001. This isn't the only part of that class, but a major part is completing 150 points, and 2 of those activities have to be high impact or where you're actually interacting with employers. We want you to have lots of exposure to different employers in town, and we think it's better motivation for why do these activities. And then finally, in your senior year, in your last semester, you'll take a class called Biz 400, that's the senior seminar, and you need to complete 500 points to pass this class and be able to graduate. If you do not pass the class, you cannot graduate, so if you don't get 500 points, you cannot graduate. For those of you who are a transfer student, we do have a special activity for you. We realize that you don't have the same 4 years, 8 semesters as other students to complete, and so there is an opportunity to help you progress farther towards that 150 points or 500 points that you need for graduation. So you can look in the Suitable app, or you can talk to Meg Underwood about that. And for anyone who's a returning adult with more than 5 years on the job experience, full-time work, we're happy to discuss with you and possibly even waive the program or waive part of the program for you. So that's what has existed for a long time. What has changed and why are we changing? Well, first of all, we used to track in something called Blackboard. This was an online learning tool that was replaced by Brightspace. And so we needed to make a change. And rather than switch to Brightspace, we wanted to switch to an app. This app will make it easier to track, easier to submit your activities. There's less paper, less waiting. Things used to take about 4 or 5 people involved to get one activity into us. And now it's much quicker, and you can do it anytime on your phone or on the computer. You can also petition for passport points on your own, or if you're a part of a student org and you would like to share your activity that's going on for maybe Econ Club, you can actually advertise the activity for other students. For example, last year I had a student who did a website about financial literacy, and that was awesome, but I didn't really have a spot to go give him points in the old Blackboard system. Like, what category would that be? So he could just petition for points in this new system, complete a little reflection about what he did, match it to what competencies he learned, and I could approve that. And we're also more aligned with the Career Readiness Project through NACE. This is the National Association of Colleges and Employers. This is a career readiness project where we think that you need these 8 competencies, and employers think you'll need these 8 competencies when you graduate. This is what they're looking for in their entry-level positions. They take surveys every year about what they're looking for in candidates, and these are the top 8 competencies that consistently employers are looking for. I'm sure none of these are a surprise to you. If you've read any job description in the past couple months, a year, you would have seen something about communication skills, collaboration skills, critical thinking, digital technology, leadership, career management, and professionalism. So all of these things are obviously good to have and good to do, but now with this new program, it will be easier than ever to track which skills you're progressing through and which types of activities make sense. The other thing about this app is it's kind of fun. We used to say play the game and collect the points, but it's a little harder to track. So this is like Fitbit for your career competencies, and you can actually level up and complete the circles, and just like a lot of other apps out there, you can see your progress a little bit easier. You can find events and activities easier and see where they fit, and there's a leaderboard. You can see who's collecting the most points this week, this month. Different people can compete against each other, different student orgs or classes. So I think it's going to be fun, and you still can just do the bare minimum and graduate and you'll be fine. But this is kind of putting the responsibility and the ability for you to take charge of your own career development and get a little bit more out of it. So this is one of the biggest changes. In the past, we gave points based on how valuable we thought it was for you in your career development, or how many hours it took you to complete. So a one-time event could be like 30 or 40 points where you just get to show up, and then something that took a lot of effort and was really valuable, like an internship, was maybe 200 points. But it was kind of arbitrary where these points were and what was 50 and what was 40 and what should be 60 and what should be 75. So now with this app, we have to follow the suitable system of this level. So there's exposure, where you just get to show up. That's it. You're there at that activity. You don't have to do anything. Participation, you're probably a little bit more involved, maybe talking, maybe interacting. Engagement means that you probably have to develop some type of skill before and during this actual opportunity to move forward. Level 4, expertise, that you now have an advanced knowledge in this competency, and you're trying to maybe apply those skills in a new way. And then level 5, mastery, You demonstrate practical proficiency in this competency full-time job. So you can see this is why for somebody who has worked for 5 years, maybe we would waive the program full-time, not as a student. So here's some other examples of levels. So with a student org, one-time event, 10 points. All you get to do is show up, hear a speaker, participate in something, or not participate, just you're there. You could sit in the back of the room the whole time and not have to do anything. It could be 10 points. I hope that you get more out of it than that, but level 2, if you actually join the student org, and then level 3 would be you become an officer in the student org, and then level 4 would be that you actually travel and you go to a conference, and then level 5 is maybe you won an award. So you can see that you'd probably be doing a lot of 1 and 2s at the beginning of your career, and we would love it if there's a few level 3, 4s in there. It's probably be hard to get a level 5 for everybody, but I know our students are winning awards. A lot of students won an award last Saturday for the Flipping Finance Challenge. Or here's another example with leadership. So a lunch and learn, one-time event. Actually go on the whole weekend retreat, level 2. Become a leader of that. Be the leader at the retreat or in student government or in a big event. That's level 3. Do a long-term leadership, semester-long, year-long program. That's level 4. Start your own business, very high level of responsibility. That would be level 5. Okay, so what actually changed from Passport to Passport 2.0 in this new system in 2021? There's no more Blackboard, only Suitable. You cannot submit anything for Passport points to BizAdvisor or to me, Meg Underwood. No more email. You only submit things on Suitable. If you email me with a Passport submission, I'm going to say, go put it on Suitable. The point system is probably the biggest difference. It used to be you needed 1,000 points to graduate, and now you need 500. And we did a lot of work in this area and what makes sense and what's fair, but we had to follow these levels. And so if we changed everything, like the most common, career services workshop, career development center workshop to 10 points instead of 40 points, and an internship is 75 points instead of 200 points, we chose to make it out of 500 points. And we took all of your activities from Blackboard and we put them in Suitable. And we matched your progress, your percentage progress complete. So if before you had 600 points out of 1,000, that means you're 60% done. Now you still should be at 60% done out of that 500. So if you want to compare, you should compare the actual percent done towards completion. And if it is wrong, let's fix it. I still have access to Blackboard for now. We want to fix it this semester. So the things that haven't changed is, of course, you can ask questions anytime. Of course you can. But please try to make the question specific. I went to this event. Here's what it's called. I looked for that name in Suitable. I cannot find it. Where can I submit this? Very different than, where's my points? I don't know. Your points for what? What event? What are you talking about? What did you do? Who are you? So try to think about writing your emails strategically with specific questions so I can respond quickly. A lot of times I try to read things on my phone and respond quickly, but if it's something where I have to go look it up on my computer and find an attachment, it takes me much longer to get back to the office and do that for you. And at any time, I'm more than happy to give you some advice to kind of create a path for you. If you're the type of person that you're like, listen, I am so busy during the days, I have kids, I have a job, I have school, I cannot make this work, you and I can sit down and create a plan that would work for you. Perhaps there's something that you're doing at your job that you could get Passport points for. Like if you've ever led a presentation there or done a special project, perhaps we could award you credit somewhere, or we could find activities that you could do on a Saturday at 2 a.m. instead of Monday at 2 p.m. The goals are still the same. We still have strategic, global, innovative goals, and now we're better aligned to those career competencies. You still get to choose what you do, when you do it. Could be virtual, it could be in person, it could be scheduled, it could be asynchronous. Those things have not changed. So what happened in 2021, in 2020? First of all, when I was hired, we have always had a goal to be more mobile friendly and have some type of app. We were able to find Suitable, and the Career Development Center is also using Suitable for their Endorse program. We had the leadership team and all the advisors, the faculties, chairs, look at this program and see if it makes sense. And I think it's going to be really cool to do some reporting and really quick and easy for you to use, so we move forward with it. And then I went through our old system and I matched the level and competency to each area. So for example, a career workshop might be career management. An internship could be, well, you can see how I struggled because I had to pick one competency. That one I chose professionalism, work ethic, because I think it's a pattern you have to create and learn from your mistakes and show that you're showing up every day. But it could be a lot of these areas. And then I had to assign a level to each one. And that was the best thing I did because I found gaps. I found that we had nothing in digital technology, maybe one or two things. I found that we only had a few in critical thinking. In global intercultural fluency, we had study abroad, but it was kind of it, and that's like a level 4, so there's no level 1 global intercultural fluency. There was no level 2, level 1 digital technology. So I created several more activities. I compared our system to the Purdue West Lafayette Krannert School, to the Temple Fox School of Management, to a couple other universities, saw what they were giving points for, talked to my students, saw what they needed points for, compared to like what people were doing and what makes sense, or what they're doing outside of the Passport program but still staying involved and still making progress. And I just keep adding more activities all the time. So now there's even higher chance than ever that you will find things to do to earn Passport points. We also had to match the old point system to the new point system, and we took all the activities from Blackboard and merged them into the new system for my current students in 2021. Okay, so here's some new activities as an example that I'm excited about. We didn't really have like a level 3 critical thinking, and so I think organizing a fundraiser for a student org is actually a lot of work and problem solving, and how can I make this happen, and how can I get people there, and how can we actually raise some money, and what do we want to raise money for, and how can I tell people we want to raise money for that. That's a lot of work, and so we're going to now award Passport points for that, and a variety of other areas as well for you to get points. And if you have a new activity that you think is Passport worthy, let me know. You can tell me right through the app. Okay, so we're going to pause here, and I want to give you a chance to actually take out your phone or on your computer and go to app.suitable.co, or in your app store look for Suitable. Download it and log in with your PFW username and password. So your normal, make sure you type at pfw.edu. It'll redirect you to the single sign-on where you log in like you do on Brightspace or email or anything like that. So if you need to pause this video so you can get there, then go ahead and pause it and we'll come back together. So first of all, I'd like you to click on the bottom on the little activities thing, and you can see all the different types of activities. At the top, there's a search button, and you can look for different things like internship or virtual handshake event or resident assistant, and see those different types of activities that possibly include that in the title or in the description. So if you typed handshake, you're going to see like 10 activities there because we use handshake for so many different things. You can also use this filter system to filter by competency, by level. Let's say that you really want to work in sales and you know that communication would be a skill that you definitely need. You could try to level up in level 1 communication, then level 2 communication, level 3 communication. And so you could look for activities just in that area, that competency and that level. So you could show an employer on your scorecard in the app, or you can send them a special link website or PDF to look at all the activities that I've been doing over the past 3 years, 2 years, 1 year to improve my communication skills. And I think people would be really impressed with that, to see all the different things that you're doing. When you find an activity that you're ready to complete, if it's not a scheduled event, if it's like watch this webinar and submit something on your own, you can just swipe to complete the task. If it says this is not able to complete at this time, double check it. You might need to just click on it and read the directions. Perhaps it's the organizer will email Meg or DSB the list of attendees and we'll upload it for you. Or it could be that the event hasn't happened yet, so you can't complete it yet. Definitely do read the directions before you complete an activity. For example, why don't you look for career fair or the Tuesday talent launch? In either of those activities, if you don't swipe, just click on it, you'll see that you actually have to submit 3 thank you letters of somebody you talked to at the someone you talked to at the career fair. So if you don't get someone's email address at the career fair, then you can't send them a thank you note. So it's important to read the directions of the activities that you're going to complete before you do. And in that scenario, you could just take a screenshot of your email over the 3 different emails together, put them together in a PDF, or try to organize your screen where you have them all together, put them together in Paint or Word, whatever works for you. And then that would be the submission file. It might also be a reflection. For example, when you meet one-on-one with a career counselor, you just reflect about something that you learned, or it could be a survey. Definitely do ask for help through the Student Support Center, through Suitable. Make sure you're asking questions about Suitable, the app. If you have questions about Passport in general or about Purdue-Fort Wayne in general, you can email Meg Underwood, meg.underwood@pfw.edu, or your academic advisor. Thank you very much for watching this video and organizing this. If you're doing it for an activity, then go look for that activity in Suitable, or otherwise, happy hunting. Let me know how I can help you.